Carlos Whitaker is a Christian musician. And he told a story about his father, who was a pastor. He's a bilingual pastor, preached in California in churches where he would preach the message in both Spanish and English. He'd say a sentence in Spanish and a sentence in English. He went down to Mexico to do a revival at one of the churches in Mexico. As he's concluding the message, this little sweet old lady comes forward to the altar, and he assumes she's probably coming forward to pray for her children, to pray for her grandchildren. She's crying. And she motions for him to come over and pray with her. And he goes over and he's like, "You want to pray for your children?" She says, "No, Pastor. Please pray that God would help me to clear the cobwebs from my heart and mind." He thought she feels like she needs to start afresh and anew in her relationship with the Lord. She feels like it's become old and stale and dusty to her, and she wants to start anew. So he prayed with her. It was on the first night of revival. Second night of revival, he finishes his message, and she comes forward again. Motions for him to come over and pray with her. What can I pray with you tonight? "Pastor, please pray that God will help me clear the cobwebs from my heart and mind." So he prays with her. Third night of revival. Guess what happens? He finishes the message. She comes forward. Motions for him to come and pray with her. She says, "Pastor, please pray that God would help me clear the cobwebs from my heart and mind." And he said, "No." She looked at him surprised, said, "You won't pray with me?" He said, "I'm not going to pray that God clears the cobwebs. I'm going to pray that he finally kills that spider." That's the reason that Jesus came. It's not to help us with these little aspects of our lives, not to come and make things just a 10% better in this area. He came to kill what is broken in us. What causes all these issues in our relationships and in our finances and in our happiness? He came to take away sin, to destroy that work in us, to make us new people.